Hey everyone, it's Lee with Mantismechanics, and today's video was actually suggested by one of our viewers. I actually love when someone asks me to make a video. First of all, because I don't have to think of anything to make, and it's hard to know sometimes what people will be interested in, what video people actually are going to watch. So I really do appreciate when you guys give me suggestions for new videos. So if you have a suggestion for a video, write it in the comment below. I promise I will get to it as soon as I can. So today's video will be on the spinning sidekick or back kick here on Mantismechanics. Okay, so there are many martial arts styles out there and many martial arts techniques. And sometimes people call the same technique by different names. For instance, a front kick might be called a push kick or a teep in other styles. A hook kick may be called a wheel kick in other styles. And same thing with this technique. Sometimes this is called a spinning side kick or a spinning back kick. I'm going to show you the way I learned it and the difference that I learned between spinning back kick and spinning side kick. If you learned it another way, does not mean it's wrong. Remember what Shakespeare said, what is in a name anyways? Your technique, as long as it's technically sound, it does not matter what you call it. So first I'm going to tell you what a spinning side kick is. Then I'm going to show you how to do it. And next, I'm going to show you some ways of setting it up in a fight. So first we talk about what a spinning side kick is. What I learned for a spinning side kick is that you turn and your foot when you kick is going to be horizontal, right? Like this. For a spinning back kick, I have that the heel is vertical or the foot is vertical when you kick, like that. Okay? Again, doesn't really matter which one you call it. What I'm going to teach today is the spinning side kick. What I learned as the spinning side kick, if you call it the spinning back kick, if you call it the spinning whoop-de-doo, I do not care. It's up to you. Like I said, it does not matter what you call it as long as you perform it technically sound. So let's go to the bag and show you how to do the spinning side kick. Okay, so I've got my bag here. This bag is more like a throwing dummy slash human body bag. You can see it's kind of got a head up here. It's got a chest, upper body here. It's got the middle of the body, and then it's got the bottom. It doesn't have arms or legs, but I wanted to demonstrate on this bag specifically because for the spinning side kick, your main target is going to be the midsection. Okay, we want to aim for the solar plexus, the ribs, anything in this general area, right? We're not really aiming for the legs. We're not really aiming for the head with this kick. Now, once you get proficient and you feel like you've got this technique down, do whatever you want. Aim for the head if you want, aim for the legs. That's up to you. I'm just saying most teachers will show this to the midsection. Okay, so now we're going to work into how to set this up and how to perform this spinning side kick. The way you're going to perform this involves good footwork. So when I stand facing the bag, I'm going to step over. So I'm going to step across my body. So I'm going to face the camera so you can see this instead of facing the bag. Here, I'm going to step over. Okay, and when I do that, I want to have my heel turn almost forward. I want my foot turned in. Okay, so I want my foot like this. I don't want to step and keep it straight like this. I want to turn it in. Okay, also as I step and I do that, if I'm coming across the body, I don't want to step straight in like this. I want to step across the body. I want to look. So I'm always looking. If I'm looking at the camera here when I step, I'm still looking at you, right? A big mistake that people make is when they go here, they turn and they kick and then they look. So you notice I didn't look at where I kicked until after I kicked. That's a big mistake because a lot can happen in that split second between here and actually performing the kick. So what I want to do is look at the target. I perform my step. I'm still looking at the target. I'm going to turn my head quickly. Look at the target, okay? which in this case will be the camera. And then I'm going to throw that kick, okay? So this is very important. I want the head to turn first. I do not want to just blindly kick without looking, okay? You might get lucky and hit somebody that way, but you do not want to try to use luck in a fight. You want to use technique, you want to use setups, you want to use distance, you want to use timing. Luck shouldn't have anything to do with it. So again, I want to step across the body, my foot turned in, I'm looking at the target. As I'm ready to perform the kick, I decide that my opponent or whatever, or bag or whatever I'm trying to kick is a proper distance away. I turn and I make sure that it's still there. From here, I'm kicking. Now, when I step, I do want my weight to transfer over this foot, okay? A lot of times what people do is they step and their weight's evenly distributed on both legs, and they don't distribute the weight until they actually lift up their leg. And this is going to cause you to go off balance in the beginning, especially when you try to do this technique fast. So when I step, I want my weight to come over this foot. And the way I do that, if I can show this, is my foot's here. You can see like my belly button. I say that would be my center of mass, basically. I bring it over this foot, okay? So I want to bring my weight over this foot. That's going to start my momentum going forward for my spin, okay? So we're going to hit, when we hit with this strike, we're going to hit with the heel. We don't want to hit with the ball of the foot, okay? What will happen a lot of times, people will hit with the ball of the foot and the foot flexes. And when it flexes back, it's going to absorb some of that energy, some of that strike, so it's not going to be as hard. And also, you're going to go into a major dorsiflexion, and if you don't have flexible ankles, you don't have good dorsiflexion, it's going to hurt your foot. It may even injure your foot. So for this particular technique, you want the bottom of the heel to make contact with the bag. You want to really dig that heel into the bag or into your opponent, into a pad, whatever you're hitting. Okay? So that is how to perform the spinning sidekick. Let's talk about setting it up. Okay, so now we're going to talk about setting up the spinning sidekick. I generally do not want to just throw this kick. I'm generally not just going to be here and just turn around and throw, right? Because when you turn, it's going to take a little bit of time. Your opponent has a lot of time to step out of the way or move back or get out of the way. So we don't want that. We want to distract them somehow. And that's why I have this bag here. Again, I said like this kind of looks like the head area. This would be the chest area, the lower stomach area, and the legs. So what I want to do is I want to distract with a strike to the head area. Okay? The idea being, if I'm going for the midsection, if I strike to the head, I want my opponent to bring their guard up. I want them to raise their hands up to protect their head, exposing their abdomen, exposing that midsection. Okay? So I can throw a jab, right? I can throw a back fist. I can throw, if we're doing like street fight, you can throw like an eye poke or something like that, or eye gouge. Anything, basically the strike is not intended on actually hitting. It can hit, but it doesn't have to. I could even paw, right, at my opponent, and if they just start to react to that and lift their hands up, that's enough for me to spin off this kick. So in boxing or kickboxing, when you throw a jab and you're not really meaning to hit with it, it's called a throwaway jab. So when I throw the jab, I might be throwing it here, but I'm stepping at the same time. So when I do this, if I'm throwing that lead hand punch, I'm doing this. So notice I step as I jab. This is hopefully distracting my opponent. He's looking at my hand, so he's not looking at my feet. If I just do this, you can see I'm turning. But if I throw right in the eyesight as I do this, it's harder to see that I'm turning. So I go here, throw that strike, turn, make sure I look, see that the midsection is still open, and throw my kick. Now, this is also a great opportunity for you to judge your distancing, making sure that you have enough room to throw this kick. Because if I go to throw this strike and my hand is like bent like this, then I know that I'm probably too close, and if I do this kick, I'm going to spin right into the bag, and that's no good, right? And also, if I'm way out here and I'm not touching, right, when I throw this kick, I'm going to miss, right? So using the front hand, the forward hand, or the lead hand is really going to help you judge that distancing for your technique. You want to practice, when you practice this, you can even stick your fingers out, touch the bag, and work on stepping and throwing the kick. And just getting your distancing, right? Touch, boom, right? And work on stepping and throwing that strike at the same time. So I go here, here, boom. Also, another benefit of throwing that lead hand is you have the hand out, and as you turn, you bring it in. This is actually going to help you spin faster. If I'm here, just like the figure skaters, they're here and they turn with their arms out, right? If I turn, as I turn, if I bring my hands in, I spin much faster. If you've ever seen a figure skater do this, they'll spin and then they'll bring their hands in and they'll start spinning really fast on the ice. So we can use this in our martial arts technique. So we jab, we're stepping at the same time, and as we decide we're going to turn, we're bringing this hand in at the same time and throwing that kick. Okay? So hopefully this helps you set up your spinning side kick or spinning back kick or whatever you want to call it. If you have any comments on this, leave them below. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know. And I really do appreciate you watching this channel. We'll see you next time on Mantismechanics.